back, everyone. We're going to drop down to the losers bracket here because I want to make sure that we feature as many teams on stream as possible. I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be interested in the winners bracket final, and those replays will be up so you guys can check those out on your own. But here we are down here in the losers bracket with a match between the Aeon Lovers and the Aeon Noobs. So we'll go ahead and get started and introduce our players. Starting up here with the red Aeon player, it is Scotty McScottface, who has thrown down a couple of land factories in the back. Interesting. And his teammate we have spawning in as the purple Aeon commander, it is the Johan, who has thrown down 2 quick land factories in the front, where I would more expect them, and has thrown another one down here to protect his flank. Together, they are the Aeon Noobs. And on the other side of the map, starting off with the teal Aeon commander, we have AA Cybran Main Cybran Main, also known as Vanity, who has thrown down a couple of quick land factories himself, and his teammate spawning in as the orange Aeon commander, it is Osmos, throwing down 3 quick land factories of his own. So as we typically expect on a very land-focused map like this, we've just got a lot of land factories here in this Aeon Gangbang. And looks like Productions, or Scotty, is already sending out his first group of bots to harass Harvog Rush. Meanwhile, we've got Shotjuz out of his teammate, and only tanks so far out of... Oh, by the way, these are the Aeon Lovers over here on this side of the map. Aeon Noobs versus Aeon Lovers. So Aeons all around. These Harvogs coming in right at the front, though, and I'm not sure they're going to get a whole lot done right here in the front. We do see that Vanity is sending tanks. Oh, maybe not. Vanity was going to send some tanks over there, changed his mind. Meanwhile, Johan pushing forward with his ACU into the center of the map and sending a flanking force around of tanks and Shotjuz. I don't know about that, but if they do manage to get into the back there, they could do a lot of damage. Meanwhile, Osmos pushing forward on his eco, taking as much space as he can here while still maintaining his economy. And yeah, not a whole lot happening just yet. Scotty has pulled back, and Osmos isn't really being aggressive just now, just enjoying that extra space that he has in the center here. This flanking force is going all the way around. I guess looking for those mass extractors kind of makes sense. But I'm not sure how good these Shotjuz are going to be all spread out. They tend to do a little bit better when they are concentrated. So a lot of dancing around going on so far. Where's this group of bots going? Over to support Scotty, I guess. Scotty Productions, we all know they're the same thing, right? But yeah, Scotty McScottface, excellent commentator and content creator. Make sure you go check out his channel. He's joined us for some tournament commentaries in the past as well. And yeah, Johan not really getting anything done. He's lost how many? 4 or 5? 5 of his units here. So that flank might have been a good idea, but really needed something to go along with it, a distraction on the front line to draw the tanks away. Otherwise, it's too easy to defend. Osmos is, again, enjoying his forward position here, throwing down another factory. He's got the economy to support it. Vanity hasn't really been expanding his economy, though, probably because he knows he's got those flanking units around the side. I do like the idea of tanks and Shotjuz together, but I think early in the game you're better off tanking with your commander and just building Shotjuz and then mixing the tanks in a little bit later when you want your commander to retreat. We've got an engagement over here. Scotty trying to draw fire with his ACU, but it's not really working, and I think Scotty got the rougher end of that engagement. Looks like more dead bots than tanks there. Johan also trying to gobble up some space in the center here. Those MMLs are going to make life pretty difficult for him over here, though. Does manage to take that one out. The flank has just, yeah, he's going home with the flank, and Vanity now expanding his economy in that direction now that he's got the opportunity. Scotty once again on the back foot here, trying to engage into those tanks, but there's just too many of them. Yeah, I'm still a little confused as to the placement of these factories in the back here, and that shield in particular. It's probably the least useful place you could put a shield on these factories. This one would be much better. Those MMLs will eventually go down. Fortunately for Scotty, they're mostly focusing on units. Well, now they're focusing on the buildings. And yeah, Scotty's trying to build tanks. There's just not enough here, though. So he's going to probably go down pretty soon here. Commander's down below half health. And yeah, we see that Osmos has taken the quicker path to teleport. And those, what are they called again? The Bada Booms? They're actually really, really powerful units. You only need 1 or 2 of them in your army. They cover a really large area, and the armor boost is actually quite significant. We've seen that come into the meta with for the land player, and then an air player can park his planes over those Bada Booms and also get the advantage of them. More factories coming down for Vanity here. He's expanding his eco in the bottom, and now it's his turn to flank. This is a pretty sizable force. Oh, Scotty does finally go down there. Sorry, we need to get that mini-map up for you guys, don't we? Alright, well, Johan is going to be on the back foot here. He's trying to rebuild his mass extractor, and he's got a research station queued up, which I don't know if that's going to do him a whole lot of good right now. He's retreating with these shotjas, so they're not firing. These tanks just getting all up in their face, and yeah, that army just melted. Those shotjas can't keep their distance. They die really, really fast. Flank also getting some work done there, and yeah, there's just way too much here. And it seems as though Johan knows it. He's heading into the center with his AC. Well, maybe not. Maybe he thinks he can get a cheeky flank off with his ACU and gain back some ground here. He's going to lose all of his production, though. Well, he already lost his teammate production. He does call GG, though, and so that's going to be it for Game 1 here. I don't think we're going to see a Control K. I think we're going to see a suicide walk. Well, there is the teleport. He's just ACU hunting. Okay. But yeah, that'll be it. We missed Scotty's ACU blowing up, but we'll definitely see Johan's. And there it is. Alright, very land heavy, rush heavy Game 1. We're going to take a very short break, and we will be right back with Game 2. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. It's Game 2 between Aeon Lovers and Aeon Noobs. And you all know what faction they're all playing. I'm not even going to say. I'm just going to tell you what their colors are. But you all know these players are all Aeon because it's right in the name. So we'll start over here. Spawning in as the Teal Commander. It is Main Cybran Main. Main Cybran. Cybran Main. Cybran Main. A.k.a. Vanity. It's Vanity. And his teammate. Spawning in as the Orange Commander. It is Osmos. And together, they are the Aeon Lovers. Pretty typical setup here. We've got Vanity throwing down 2 quick air factories, and Osmos throwing down 3 quick land factories, as you would expect in these positions. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, spawning in here as the Green Commander, it is Scotty McScottface. And he has started off with 1 air, 1 land factory. Meanwhile, his teammate, spawning in as the Purple Commander, it's the Johan. He's thrown down one quick land factory, and he's pushing forward very, very quickly with his ACU here. So I'll be interested. Oh, he's setting up a factory in the center. I think position-wise, he might be trying to get those factory TMLs over the ledge there. At any rate, we do have Vanity scouting here, and he's going to have a huge fighter advantage. 2 air factories versus 1. Scouts on both sides of the map, actually, and Scotty loses all of his airplanes early, which is a pretty big deal. Especially when you only built 1 air factory to begin with. Really not sure what I think. I mean, that's really more of a 1v1 kind of strategy, is to go 1 air, 1 land. I'm not quite sure what his thought process on that was. He is moving his ACU into the center and building an AA tower, although it's right out in the open instead of could have been conveniently under that factory shield. He's going to have to repair it immediately or else it will go down. Oh, the Johan gets on top of it. That's lucky. We do see factory AA back here, which is going to keep these planes clear for the moment, but they have a lot of free range, a lot of area they can go and bomb stuff. In particular up here, that's just completely unprotected. He does manage to take out that radar, staying outside of the AA range. And we've got this bot flank coming in on the north as well. Nothing really at home to defend against this, so it's going to be pretty devastating. Yeah, Johan's sending his tanks back to try and defend this. Yeah, and this is why you really need to get your production started right away. You know, if you're going to move to the center and put down a factory and you want to save some mass for that, okay, fine, but you need 2 land factories to start off with. And if you're in the air spot, obviously 2 air factories, because otherwise this is what's going to happen. You're just not going to have enough air, and your enemy's going to have free reign. Alright, buildings start going down in the back of Johan's base. This plane comes in trying to bomb, but it's just going to get killed. The factory TML is showing its effect over here, and ooh, that engineer. No, it did manage to move. Good micro there on Osmos's part. Vanity's just bombing everything like crazy, and oh, Osmos has bought AA now as well. So this is the power of speeds, flanks, and you know, getting your production up right away. Just look at the size of this army relative to everything on the ground for the other team. Looks like this is probably going to be a fairly quick game 2 here. Lots of damage getting done in the main base. Scotty's losing his core 4 mexes, which is never a good thing. And just the overwhelming force coming down on this tank flank. Geez, I'm rhyming all over the place, aren't I? Yeah, just not a whole lot that they can do without sufficient air production and yeah, oh, big bombing run there. Retreat with those bots, probably the right move. They can always swing around the north or something. Plus there's this flank and more moving out. Yeah, unfortunately, Aeon Noobs are just on the back foot here, and they're limited in their mass extractors. They don't have any map control here. And I don't know if Johan's going to be able to get away from these bots. I think he's going to go down right here, right now. Pretty aggressive push here from Vanity as well. I like that though, he's the air player, he's got less to micro, so his ACU being in the center makes sense. Scotty will call GG there as well. Alright, well congratulations to Aeon lovers, they're going to be moving on to the next round. Unfortunately that does mean that this is the end of the tournament, I believe, for Aeon Noobs. But you guys put on a great show for us, and we're really happy to have you in the tournament. We hope you come back for the next one. Good games all around. We'll be back soon with more from the losers bracket, and we'll see what the results from the winners bracket are as well, and we'll get those to you as soon as we can.
If you're still watching, give a thumbs up to this video. If you liked the video, leave a comment. If you loved the video, please subscribe. And if you are blown away by it, check out my Patreon page. This has been Nite. Take care and peace out.